second day of August 2015. Time now 3:09 my time, 6:09 p.m. Eastern. Let's blow this up. Larry, can you hear me now? Okay, good. All right, very good. Hey, Travis. Hey, Dan. How you guys doing? All right, guys, I just got one little technical thing here to do, and then we'll continue. This thing's always popped up just like a charm. Let's see if it finally popped up. Hang on, give me 1 second. We're not going to be here long, so don't worry. Please don't worry. I definitely got a blank screen over there. I think that'll do it. I know you guys are wondering what I'm fidgeting with back here. We got some new technology that we're using, and I'm going to see if it blows up my screen. It did. Didn't blow it up perfect, but it did it the way I wanted. All right, I'm here to answer questions about the Managed Future Service and also about the live trading room. Let's take a look at how we open tonight. Today's August 2nd. July 31st. All right, our weekly trading zones for Friday when we closed. I'm in the process of reformatting all my charts, so that's why I don't have all my lines up there from earlier in the week. Now, we closed Friday at 20.99 and a quarter. 20.99 and a quarter. So we were just below the 20.99 and a quarter. So we were just above the 20.94.95. 20.95. And 2094. Now, whatever questions you guys have about either topic, go ahead and put them in the chat box so it won't take us too long here. Just whip right through this thing. A lot of changes coming in the coming week, and it's going to affect everybody for the most part. So that was 94, 95, and now 115, 116. Here's 16. And we'll put 15 here. Now these are last week's weekly trading zones, but as we know, trading zones have carryover effect. Alright. So, Friday's closed, Sunday night Globex open. That's what we want to be focused in on right there. Very quiet. Let's take a look at the volume for tonight. Indicators, volume. Very light. So we have very light participation tonight. There was some concern that there might be a gap higher or lower open based upon China's economic news that came out last Friday night, and all of the other impending ongoing geopolitical stuff that we have around the planet. Alright, let me pull up my chat box and let's go through these questions just as quick as we can. Okay, so this is our open for tonight. My goal is to have the trade alerts out. I've already begun, so probably by 7 p.m. Eastern they should be in your inbox. Okay. Now, there's some of you that when you became a partner, you got a special bonus 1 month of the Concierge Trade Alerts. For some of you, that's come to an end, so go back and take a look at the calendar. If you got that 1 month bonus when you became a partner, double check on that. If for any other reason you're expiring, if you're grandfathered in, there's going to be some things that will apply to you. So I won't get way deep into those tonight, but I'll answer questions in general. Travis says, Dwayne, I apologize for missing this, but can you explain briefly what the managed future service is? Absolutely. As you know, we've published the Concierge Trade Alerts now for quite some time. Prior to that, we did a public beta test. We simply called them tweets. We published on Twitter. We published on Seeking Alpha. We published on StockTwits. And for the last year and a half, or for about 18 months, we've been on Google+. Okay? I recap the Concierge Trade Alerts each day on the radio show. I did a couple hundred hours of individualized recaps of the Concierge Trade Alerts for probably 6 months, bar by bar, tick by tick. Now, during the public beta test, okay, they were absolutely free to the public. Anyone that wanted to receive them can and did. I kept telling everybody as time passed, now guys, this won't be free forever, but I kept pushing it because I was fine-tuning it. I kept fine-tuning it. And as I would find ways to make the service even better, we would extend it even a little longer. So it was at about the 3.5 mark that we took the tweets off the table, replaced them with the product, the Concierge Trade Alerts, which have been, to say the least, wildly successful. We feel very blessed that they've done that the product has done well, that people have done well, and now we're taking it to the next level. And this is the next level, and I think this will address your question, Travis. The trade alerts, while unto themselves are a great product, not everyone has the ability to sit and wait each and every day and stare at the screen and wait for the trade to trigger. Now, let's take a look. This is the S&P. Let's go to, let me see. I had last night put this up for you guys. We'll start with the bonds. Okay, here are the bonds. Here is midnight, Thursday night, midnight. Then this is Friday's trading day. Okay, the alert was to consider being long above 156.03. 156.03. I'm going to remove this so I can see it. There we go. $156.03. All right. Now, in the past, as I've worked with each of you individually, and as we've worked in groups, I've shown you how you can trade these with an 8-tick stop. Okay. Now, the swing high on the first hour here, this is an hourly chart for bonds. Just type that in right up here, 30-year bonds. All right. Okay. So, from the alert, 156.03, tamp that down. There we go. 156.03. In the first hour alone, we ran up to 156.09. Okay, so 6 points or ticks. Where it gets interesting is up here. Swing high is 156.21. I'm going to call it SW. Swing high. 156.21. Okay. Now, that's 18 ticks. 31.25 times 18 is 562.50. Okay. Per contract. Okay, if you're trading the 2420 blueprint, if you're just looking to make your $100 per contract per day, then you stay the course. Now, some people use the Concierge Trade Alerts to trade the 2420 blueprint, to build their account. The goal of the blueprint is to take your account from no risk in the simulator, okay? To get out of the simulator, you have to produce $100 per day in 10 trades or less, 10 days in a row. It's the only way you get to go live with our blessing. That's when the blueprint gives you the green light to go live. Okay? And then once you go live with one contract, you need to increase your account balance by $2,000. Once you've done that, you're then allowed to add an additional contract. And then we go from a dollar amount to a calendar spread where we increase the number of contracts, with the end goal being is that at the end of 24 months you'll be a 20 contract trader. Life happens. Sometimes you have to hit the pause button. You get sick, family member gets sick, you take vacations, business travel comes up if you have a day job. Any number of things can cause you to hit the pause button, and so your 24 months may become however many months it becomes. The end goal is to make you a 20 contract trader. Okay? Now, if you want to continue to grow your business larger than that, you can. And the formula is already built in, and you'll know how to continue adding contracts, and you'll know when to add the next contract. What you never do is you never jump, you never leapfrog. You don't go from 1 to 3 or 3 to 5 or 5 to 10. It's extremely important, I can't stress this enough, that you go in units of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, right now, we have partners who are working the blueprint using the indicator-based set. We have partners working the blueprint using the Concierge Trade Alerts. Okay? The managed futures are going to use the Concierge Trade Alerts, but they're not going to use an 8-tick risk. Okay? They're not going to stop when you have, see, with bonds you need 4 ticks. 4 ticks on the day, which would be 156.03 plus 4 ticks, be 156.07. Okay? So that would be right about there. Okay? If you are trading yourself and working the blueprint, that's where you're done. What will happen with the managed futures account? You will open an account, minimum $5,000 account balance, not with us, with the firm that we have selected to do the execution. And you'll receive all of that information. You'll receive the contact information. You'll know who to contact, who to talk to. You'll decide if you want to have 1 contract traded of bonds or if you want 10 contracts traded of bonds. This is a completely different ball game. Okay? We will not be doing the trading for you, Michael and I. We have hired a professional execution firm that will do the trading for you. They will execute the trade alerts on your behalf. In beta, they've had some incredible $1,000 plus days in bonds and in other markets. The swing high here, 156.21. Okay, that's a $562 move. Then, as I've taught you over the years, important prices in important areas are almost always tested. Okay, now this trigger came at 8 a.m. This trigger came at 3 in the afternoon. Okay, the swing high came, I'm sorry, 3, and the swing high came in the 4 o'clock hour. Okay, as the markets were, see, the high there was 17. The high there was 17. So you see, you have an entirely new trade here that's gone from 156.03 all the way back up to 156.17. So that's 14 ticks. So on top of what we had here, we also have 3125 times 14. Okay, 437.50. So the second move of the day was good for 437.50 per contract. Now, you don't get those kinds of gains with an 8-tick stop. Average stop based on the beta, based on volatility in the market at any given time, will be about $300 per trade. Could be as high as $400 per trade, could be as small as $200 per trade. Okay? That's what a managed futures account is. All right, you will open an account. Again, you're not opening the account with us. The numbers come from us. The execution firm will put a professional trader on the desk on your account, and they will trade it for you. You can say, I want one contract. So we have a basket of 8, right? We have the S&P, we have soybeans, we have the Russell, we have crude, we have the Dow, we have the Euro. I think that's all 8. You'll be able to choose. You can choose 1, 2, 3, whatever you want, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. Now, real quick, let's just take a look at, now this is Friday, so let's jump over to gold on Friday. Okay. Friday on gold, the alert said to consider being long gold above 1092. Okay, 1092 right there. Okay, now that thing I said about important prices, important areas almost always being tested, you can see that it came back down to test that area. Now the swing high was 1102.80, and so 1102.80 1102.80 minus 1092 is, it's 108 ticks at $10 per tick. So if I did my math right, it's a little over $1,000 per contract in that move. Okay, now that's in that 1 hour move right there. Again, your stops are going to be deeper. Now this will all, as you know, an account opening process takes a couple days. Okay, so once you make a decision how many contracts you want traded, then you're going to have to go over that with your account rep. They're going to make sure you understand everything in triplicate and quadruplicate. Okay, so gold offered in one move $1,000 from 1092 to 1102. That's a $10 move, and well, there you go. All right, what else do we have? Let's see. Let's start from the top. The Russell. What did the Russell do? The Russell, okay. Let's open that up a little bit. Let's isolate Friday's data. The Russell is said to be long above 1231. Okay. $12.31. Now the actual swing high is 1242.80. Now, as I said in my email last night, nobody gets out. $1242.80 is the swing high. Nobody gets out at the, no honest person gets out at the exact high on a long to the tick, or the exact low on a short. Okay, that just doesn't happen. Okay, now there will be a professional trading your account. They understand risk management. They will trail your stop however they choose to trail your stop. Understand, we will not have any hands-on control, input. They we had many suitors, and this company, because they have so much integrity, one of their directors sits on the board of the NFA. They came to us and said, we very much have an interest in making this a managed futures product, and we were we had mixed emotions coming in, but the more we thought about it and the more we studied it and the more we realized how much it could bring to the table for our partners and our clients, it just made beautiful sense. Because not everyone can be up at, what time did this one actually triggered at 9 a.m. But you know that often they trigger at 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. Sometimes they trigger at 3 in the afternoon. That means, now the alerts, which is a good point, and let me point this out. These alerts came out on Thursday night at 9:25 p.m. Eastern. And so that's 21:30 p.m. Okay, so let's go to the 2100 hour. Alright, so to take advantage of this trade, you got to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 hours. Now, you may have some type of an alarm system that lets you know when price gets close, gets within a couple of points. Then you come and sit down and trade it yourself. If you're trading this yourself and doing well, I don't want to dissuade you from doing that. However, if you have access to the alerts and you're not putting them to use, then this becomes a very good way for you to do so. So from 12:31 to 12:42, hold on for me 1 second. Okay, 12:42 to 12:42.80. 12:42.80 minus 12:31 equals, it's 118 ticks times $10 per tick. And so again, a little over $1,000 per contract. Okay. Now, that's if you got out at the very last tick. No one gets out at the last tick. You're going to get stopped out somewhere on the way up, somewhere on the way back down. Okay? Your account will be traded in the hands of a quote-unquote professional trader if you choose to go the managed futures route. And that's what the whole purpose of this is so that you can make the decision what you want to do. Okay? Now, let's see what else we have for questions. We'll get through the rest of the markets real quick. Can you give me a quick rundown? How does concierge service work? How much does it cost? Is there any performance results that can be looked at? The execution firm that will be executing for us on this week, they've got some numbers that they've been working on as they've been putting this through their own test. They're going to release those numbers for you this week. Our Concierge Trade Alerts, just one more time so everyone understands. Concierge Trade Alerts, we've published these numbers that look just like this. Okay? We've published them for years. In the past year, they've appeared in this format. Actually, it's been longer than a year. They've appeared in this format in an email that goes out to our clients every evening. Okay? Before that, I published them on Twitter. I published them on Seeking Alpha. I published them on StockTwits. The reason we did it on a public forum, okay, was so that no one would ever be able to say, well, maybe you're doing so good because you monkey with the date stamp or the time stamp. When you publish in a public venue, there's no way to mess with the timestamp. What do you mean with changes? Onyx, I'm not sure what you mean. John, you'll be able to speak to the execution firm and find out if that will work for your IRA. But the answer is yes, but I'll let them explain that to you. can you review how to review the trade alerts? No, I can't today, Roberta, but if you go to I don't know that you have access to the alerts. If you do, I'm thinking it might just be if you do have the 1 month introductory access, let me know via email, support@cfrn.net. Okay, that way I can make sure that you're on my list for tonight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna give you. In fact, hey, let me just get through these questions real quick. So back to you, Roberta. If you have access to the data, go to the Google Plus page. And if you don't know how to get there, let me show you. Go to our homepage, CFRN.net. This is the easiest way to get there. Emini Radio Blog. Okay. Watch recent broadcasts. Okay. Now, you will find hundreds and hundreds of hours of archived radio shows here. But if you scroll way down, go back 3, 4, 5, 6 months and more. Okay? Do that, and you'll find classes, Q&A sessions. You'll find, if you find a 5-hour radio show, chances are the final 2 hours of that show are me teaching you bar by bar, tick by tick, how to trade the Concierge Trade Alerts. Okay? You'll find recaps that specifically say they are the Concierge Trade Alert results. Here is a series of screens from what day? This was from the 10th of July. This is very recent. Bonds, crude, soybeans, Russell, gold, Dow. Okay. So when I say scroll down, I mean scroll down back into January, February, March of this year, September, October, November of last year. You'll see very detailed lessons on how to trade the Concierge Trade Alerts. Okay. All right. Do you trade the alerts with a minute candle or 4 tick? You can trade them with anything you want. If you're going to risk 8 ticks as a stop, you want to use a 4 tick chart. That's what I always used in all the videos that you see me show you how to trade them on. That's what I'm using, is a 4 tick. No, Alex, what I said was it's impossible for anyone to get out at the top or the bottom of any trade, ever. Honest people don't get out at the exact top or the exact bottom. That's not possible. You either get stopped out with profits on the way up, or once the high is in, you then get stopped out with profits as price retreats. No one gets out at the top. No one gets out at the bottom. Do you follow me, Alex? Okay. Yes, you must have access to the Concierge Trade Alerts. Great question, David. You must have access to the Concierge Trade Alerts in order to have the data traded on your behalf. They cannot trade an account for you based on data that you don't have access to. Okay, so this will come in stages. This today, this is just, I'm barely opening the door so that you can begin to absorb and see how this is going to work and how this is going to play out. Robert, yes, that's what I just said. You'll get stopped out on the way up with a trailing stop, or as price hits its target, whether it's a long or a short, and starts to retreat in the other direction, you'll get stopped out with your profits. That is correct. Hey Dwayne, so do you see clients using the MFS and also doing their own trades? Also, is it advised when using MFS that we still go one contract at a time in growth? Absolutely, I think so, right? Because if you start with one contract and you're profitable, right? Once your profits justify adding a second contract, add a second contract. When your profits justify adding a third contract, well, then you would add a third contract. Would I come in and throw, no, absolutely not. Okay, you have to be very, very careful. Okay, just because the trade alert numbers have proven themselves out over 4 years now, and that's one part of the equation, and because the numbers themselves are being traded by a professional, okay, that still doesn't guarantee you anything, right? Now, there are those who will try to tell you that you can, there's people who will try to convince you 1 and 1's 3 is a guarantee or even a hint of a promise of future results. It just isn't. There's no guarantee. Take it easy. Okay, this is a side of the business that managed funds. Typically, a professional trader to manage ordinary folks like that, or have some. I'm not sure. Well, asking simulator. Okay, there's no simulator. A different issue. Okay, assume that Tim's going to be your point of contact. The Concierge Trade available. We have the annual rate. Folks that are grandfathered in are going to still have it. You'll still have access. It's a completely separate. Okay. Okay. For tonight, for all of the partners, apply. All right. You email me. File in the live trading room. All right. So just let's very understanding. Futures. Service. Go there. It's a portfolio. Very simple. You'll then be allowed to go in, get yourself on the new. You'll be able to trade it 3 contracts. Then we'll talk. Email us. Support you. Great evening. I'm going to get busy. 45 minutes. Those of you. That's trading rules for entry and exit. Hear me complain about too much work. Main thing. Take the newsletter here, all right, mailing list, so that up. Came an hour, and if I don't cite it, I'm so passionate. How well with 38? That's thorough. We said to consider being on the Russell, on the soybeans. Bonds is 31 per tick. I'll be around later than every one of you in the live.